guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have Funbi with me on the channel, and we'll be talking about friendships and reevaluating your friendships as to set your goals. And so this is a power-packed session. In fact, we have questions from people who've asked questions about friendships, and we're going to be discussing them here. So don't go anywhere.
We're going to share our wisdom
on friendships. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and I'll see you shortly. So guys, today we're talking about friendships and how your friends propel you towards reaching your goals or not. And it is important that as you review all your goals, you need to also review your friendships and reevaluate your friendships, because they will also determine how far you can go in achieving your goals and the people you take along with you on that journey to achieving your goals. Funbi, how did we meet?
Okay, so we went at work. I actually don't really make friends at work because I just like to do my work and go back home. But I was a consultant, and Esther was on the client side, and so she was my direct contact, and so all the deliverables, she was the one that would supervise it, sort of. And then I started working from her office, and then we would just sit down and we'll talk about stuff, work, talk about, oh, what are you doing for lunch? And we'll go for lunch. And before you knew it, it was, okay, are you going to church this Sunday? I'm like, not really. And then,
because I'm a church girl.
Yeah, so, and then her church was like beside my house. So after church, we just, stop by. And before we knew it, a friendship grew. So it was just really natural. It wasn't like we're looking.
We weren't like actively looking to be friends.
No.
We've been friends for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So 2018,
yes,
right?
Yeah, close to that.
Yeah, so like five years now. This friendship has been on. We've laughed together. Have we cried together?
No.
Yeah, but we've shared a lot of details together, and a lot of life goals, troubles, like goals and things like that together. It's been a good ride. I think the first place to start is to actually define who a friend is, because a lot of people make the mistake to say, when I meet you today and we kind of vibed really, and I'm like, oh, my friend, she's my friend. Like, how do you make the distinction between a friend and an acquaintance? At what point do you get to call someone your friend?
Yeah, so for me, I feel like an acquaintance is someone that you spend you spend some time with. Like, you can have for example, people you work with, you spend time with them, you know them, you guys have superficial conversations and communications. You might meet up outside work as an acquaintance to have fun, but I feel like a friend is someone that you actually have deeper conversations with, like deeper communications with, someone that you actually bond with, someone that if you have a problem, you can call up a person and say, oh, babe, this is what's happening, I need your advice, or I don't know what to do, or someone that you can be vulnerable with. Basically, that's who a friend is. Someone that you feel safe with, not just people that you hang out with, you chat, a friend is someone that you feel safe with, you communicate with on a deeper level, basically. So that's what I think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, there are a lot of people who just meet people, and once they connect really well, they say, my friend I met at the park. Like, fam, she's not your friend yet. He's not your friend. Like, you vibed well, that was good, but no, that like
basically you just know that person. So and then the good thing with being able to separate if someone is your acquaintance and if someone is your friend is it helps you to avoid disappointment. Do you understand? Because when you feel someone is your friend and you have certain expectations and they don't meet up to it, then you feel disappointed. Whereas the person wasn't actually your friend. An acquaintance.
Exactly. So, that's actually true. Like, expectations really key. You just place people here, but they're not placing you on that same level, so, and you feel like they should be doing things that a friend should do for you, but they're not your friends. Anyways, we're coming there. So now you know the difference between acquaintance and friendships, and so the next time you're saying, oh, she's my friend, like, you need to actually think about if that person really is your friend. Now the next question would be, is it okay to set boundaries in friendships?
It's okay to set boundaries in any type of relationship, friendship, family, romantic relationships, you should always know what your boundary is, and you should be able to communicate it to with your friend, because if there are no boundaries in a relationship, then it leaves room for you to be walked over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you should always set boundaries. You should know that, oh, you can't do this with me, or I'm a bit sensitive to certain things.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should always set boundaries regardless of what they are.
Yeah.
And if your friend is not willing to respect your boundaries, and then you know that it's time to leave that friendship, basically.
I don't have any other thing to
So
add.
yeah, that's it.
That's on period. Like, if you cannot set boundaries, then you are open to everything. Like,
Exactly.
they always say this thing: if you don't stand for something, you fall for everything.
Exactly.
That means your
So-
friends can come and say, "Oh, let's go for a drink at
yeah,
9 p.m." and they're telling you at 8:45. You're like, "Oh yes, let's
Let's
go." Like,
no.
yeah, no, about boundaries. It's not just like short timing of things. It's also places that you don't feel comfortable going to.
Exactly. So if your friend says, "Oh, let's go to, for example, a strip club,"
Yeah.
and you're not someone that would like to be in that kind of setting, you should be able to say, "Oh no, that's not the setting for me." But some people would just be like, "Okay,
Just for my friends, let me just
let's
do
see
it."
how." Yeah. So no, you should be
Yeah.
able to put your foot down and say no.
Yeah.
Saying no is very key in relationships. That's
When you say no or you set those boundaries, your friends should not then gaslight you or guilt you for setting boundaries. If they're like, "Oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong in going to a strip club anyways? Let's just go," then there's a problem.
Exactly,
Like, they should know
yeah.
you well enough
to know that, okay, this person is not going to
Yeah,
go, and
yeah.
if you don't want to go, it's fine. They can go without you.
Yeah, they're not like
Exactly.
forcing you to say you must go or you must be there, or you become a
Yeah.
bad friend if you
Yeah.
then say no. Let's talk about friendships and religion. Do you think religion should affect friendships?
No, I don't think so at all. Like how? No, everybody can. I feel like everyone should be able to, worship whatever God they choose, and what your friend is an adult, obviously, so your friend's choice of religion shouldn't, I feel like it shouldn't affect you in any way, because the only thing is that you might not be able to talk about your religious belief with that person, but then that's not the only friend you have, so there should be other parts of the friendship that you can share with that person that's not religious.
The way I say it is, if you must have like tight circle of friends, I think it's key to be with people who you share same religious beliefs with.
Yeah,
because certain things, like for your tight friend, you want to be able to like maybe pray with them, and if they don't believe in the same thing you believe, then that's an issue. So
me, I'm
for that,
I'm open. When it comes to religion, I'm open, because I know that different people perceive religion in different ways.
What are the metrics for determining who your friend is? Like, this person has gone beyond acquaintance now, but before you can even put the tag friend to that person, what are the things you need to look out for?
Two things for me: deeper conversations and shared interests. I don't see any reason why I would make friends with someone that we don't have the same interests or the same goals. So for example, if I'm someone that's ambitious and then there's someone that's just happy, with the basic minimum, like the basics, there's no, like, when the way I think and the way the person thinks is not aligned, and then we don't have, like, we will not have anything serious to talk about apart from superficial things. So then no deeper,
Connection,
communication can occur. And apart from even just being ambitious and stuff like that, there's more, like, so it's shared interest. So across board, for example, it might be the person's outlook to relationships, to finances, to religion. So you have to look at so maybe, for example, I have like 10 metrics, and then my close friends will have at least 6 of those things, because you can't find people that fit
that have
into
everything.
every box. For example, you cannot now make someone that has only one of your interests your close friend, because the person will influence you in some ways, and you will influence someone in some ways, in some ways, and then what will happen is you will realize that you're getting burnt out, or you're not aligning with your values if the relationship continues. So
just going back to the point that you made about, like, if you're ambitious and the person is not. If you read like some of the things I posted yesterday, I did talk about like making some decisions this year about friendships. I did make some decisions about friendship, and one of it was, I find, because I'm someone who is like, oh, I want to do this, I want to get that, I want to like, I'm really that ambitious and want to, like, what's the next thing, let's aim for the next thing. And I have some people who are probably called friends who are not like that. And one of the decisions I've made is not to force them to be like me. It's just
everyone
allow
like
them to be what they want to be, and it doesn't mean it's just their personality, is what they want in life, and I can't force what I want on them.
Yeah, but it's good to have ambitious friends. It's good that everybody will have money together. Do you get that? So that when you are planning so everybody is no one is broke, everybody has money. And you don't want a situation where you guys are planning fancy trips and one person can't afford it, and you feel bad because the person is not ambitious enough to chase their dreams.
But it's also that balance about accepting what people want.
So yes,
you can
definitely
what you want.
There are some people that are not ambitious, but they're financially capable. So that's totally. Some people are laid back, but they have their finances sorted, which is great.
Okay.
So I don't think that's this. I don't think we're talking about the same thing here. I was talking about
no. I think you are focused on the finances side of things.
No.
But that ambition is important to get the finances. Sometimes.
If you're ambitious, you know, it's you drive yourself. You're a self-starter.
For me, the yardstick for measuring, who to call your friend, I will name them 3 V's. So there's values. Why is be rolling our eyes? Like, really? Why are you rolling your eyes?
Listen to you.
I wrote them down because this is very serious. So there's values, there's vulnerability, like you mentioned earlier, and then there's vision. So vision for me is, do you have a plan for your life? Are you working towards it? Like, do you have goals for your life? Are you ambitious enough for what you want? I know we define success like by different terms.
I think the word is driven. Not
ambitious. Are you driven enough to achieve the things the goals that you've set for yourself? And what kind of goals have you set for yourself? To be honest, I hear people say, I want to be a housewife or
which is okay.
Which is okay, but it doesn't mean like it's okay for me at this point in time in my life. Next year, it might change. But I won't, if you're not that person, I can't come to you and say, well, I want to achieve this, because you just be like, what the hell are you talking about? I just want to be in the house from morning till night. Like, I can't relate with you on that level. If you have something else you are pursuing, we'll now be like, oh, okay, so how do you want to achieve this thing? This is how I want to achieve it.
So how is your housewifeness going? So it's going well.
That is the only thing I can ask you. Honestly, that's the only thing I can ask you. But if you have other ambitions, we'll not be like, okay, how do you want to achieve this thing? Oh, well, this is what I want to do. I want to reach out. Then I can say, then there's then something to check on the next time. Like, oh, so how far are you going with this goal? Okay, I know someone who can help. But if I say, all you want to do, that's not what I want to do. So there's no, our visions. You don't have vision that aligns with what I also call vision, even though they might be different things, right?
Yes.
And it's okay for you to want to be a full housewife. It's okay for you to want to do whatever you want to do, because it's your life. You can make your decisions. But remember, we're talking about friendships, people you call your circle of friends. You need to share things in common, like you shared earlier. So vision, that's really important for me. What are you planning towards? Where are you, aiming to be in the next couple of years? How are you working towards it? The next one is values. What are your values? Do they align with mine? Truth, honesty, care, empathy, all those kind of things. Do we share the same value? This thing they say about show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Same thing. If your friend is always lying or cheating or doing something, it will rub off on you, because they will influence you. And so if we don't share the same value, you won't be my enemy. We'll be talking. To be honest, my personality, I'm a sanguine. I'll be laughing with you and you probably will not know. I will laugh with you, I will gist with you, but we are not friends. We don't share values that align. So there's no need. the last thing for me is vulnerability. Like, you should be someone I can share things with. Like, when I'm down, I can talk to you. I can ask for you to pray for me. Like, I'm not ashamed to share certain things with you. I might not share everything with you, but at least I can come to you. Exactly, and share things with you, and you can encourage me. I can encourage you. Like, you know, that it's not all like, oh, we are celebrating, oh, we are this. It's also it's also, oh, I didn't hit my goal, oh, sorry, what can I do, how can I help you, we can pray for you, I can share opportunities with you. Like, vulnerability is really key. So those are the 3 V's: values, vision, vulnerability. That's how you know your friends, and that's how you choose your friends. One thing, like I said earlier, is that I'm tired to stop this year is to force people to be as driven as I am, or to be in the place where I want them to be. If you're not that person, and I've tried, because usually what I always try to do is to do it, like I try to force you to you know, be driven, you know, have a goal, have a plan. And if that's who you are, that's okay. But the lesson I've taken this year is to just let people be.
Let people be.
So going forward, I'm not like, if I ask you and I sense that you're not that kind of person, I'll let you be. But I just also know that there are things I can't share with you. Like, there are certain levels that we can't talk about. When I say you will great, we'll talk about superficial things, which are, to be honest, like not really important to me. So I will let you be at that level where you want to be, but I just know that we can't be.
I totally agree with you. Those things are very, very important.
I asked people to send some questions we would answer on this show, and someone sent in, some people sent questions, so I'm just going to read it. How about friends that you truly love, but they are not reciprocating the love?
Okay.
And they have weaknesses or challenges that you wish to help them with, but they are pushing you away with their attitude when they realized that those weaknesses are being discovered. So they can see that you have seen their shortcomings, and they're just pushing you away. They don't want you.
So I feel like that question is not a straightforward question. The person doesn't want to accept the truth, which is that friendship the person is chasing. The other person that they're chasing the friendship with does not want it. If someone does not reciprocate your friendship, no matter how much you want to help the person, you want to save the person, there's nothing you can do. The person does not want. The person does not. If there's a friendship that is not reciprocal, you have to just take a step back. Take a step back, and then if you decide that you want to remain in that friendship, the level of effort you are getting is what you should give back, in my own opinion. So there's no, I really truly love this person and I want to help the person. The person doesn't need your help. The person needs your help. The person will ask, and the person will show that. The person will show that the person needs your help. So
I absolutely agree with you. Like, friendship is that you're giving and I'm giving. Like, two of us get ourselves, we love ourselves. That's why we're friends. And if I'm showing you love and you're not reciprocating it, then it means you are not valuing the love I'm giving to you.
However, we have to also consider the fact that because of, you know, how the personalities and how people are, the way some people know how to show love or receive love is different from how you as a friend might want to show or receive the love. So for example, if you're someone that you like to for example, you like to hang out with your friends, that's your own way of bonding, and your friend is not someone that likes to hang out, and you invite your friend, let's go out, let's go have drinks, and the person comes once, and then the next 10 times the person doesn't show up, then you feel like the person is not reciprocating, so you're going to cut the person off. That's different, because you have to also put yourself in the person's shoes. Say, okay, what does this person like? How do we come to a middle ground? Do you understand? So friendships are very complicated, because as much as you're thinking about yourself, you have to think about the next person too.
But I also feel like you can't use one action to say they're not reciprocating my love. But if the person consistently does it across for example, you want to go and, you know, eat out or have a drink and they don't want to go, that's fine. What about, you know, other things? Are they saying no to like other situations? what I think is that if the person is not reciprocating your love, then they're probably not your friends as you think. But also, if they're pushing you away because they've found out that you've discovered some of their weaknesses, it might also mean that they're not vulnerable enough to as friends with you, or they're probably going through a particular situation in their life that they don't feel comfortable sharing.
So for example, if you are thinking, it's because I found out that my friend is a maybe drug addict. I found out that this person is a drug addict. That's why she's pulling back. You need to sit down and reflect. Does that mean I'm not someone that she sees as understanding enough that she will be able to share her problem with?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So it's very
true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's also asking yourself, am I providing an
a
environment that
safe,
is safe enough
space,
for them to open up to me?
Exactly.
And I also think that the dynamics of the relationship is also important. Like, if I've just met you, why should I be sharing all my stuff with you?
Exactly.
Like, why do you think we're friends? If I'm not even taking you as a friend, like.
Exactly. I totally agree.
And another angle to it might be maybe they're just in a place where they don't feel comfortable sharing yet, or they're going through certain things, and so they're pushing back or pulling back away from you. You don't think so?
Where I am in my life right now, I feel like nobody even owes it to me to share. Do you get? If you're going through something and you don't feel like talking to me about it, like you want to be private about it, it's okay. We're all adults, you know, and we're all responsible for ourselves. It's not everything you share with your friends. It's not every problem you share. So if you feel like, you know, I don't want my friend to know this detail about me, it's totally fine. And even if I do find out later, I will understand that she didn't want to say, and it's okay as an adult, right?
Yeah. The next question. This one says, there's this particular friend of mine, a guy to be precise. We connected in school, and he happens to be the one that understands me and then tried to put me through academically and morally. Trust me, he has been good to me. In fact, he started having feelings for me, but not sexual. He loves me to the core, and yes, I can't deny the fact that I love him for all he has done. And all he did for me academically, to be precise.
Okay.
But then at times I push him away with my attitude. Any little thing he does, probably he didn't call me, I take it up as a kiss. Basically, he's tired of my attitude and he feels I don't even care about him, and he feels bad about it. But then I care deep down, but I hate to show it, so as to avoid being taken for granted or something like that. We are always fighting, literally. At the moment, we are not talking. I really don't know how to maintain the relationship I have with him. Even when we are cool, I try to go away from him again because I just get the feeling that I'm giving him too much space in my life. And then, just afraid he might take me for granted. But trust me, this guy has been good to me. In fact, he truly cares. But then, when I try to maintain the friendship I have with him, I feel I'm giving him too much.
Okay.
How do I maintain this kind of relationship with this person?
Why are you pulling back when someone is showing that they care? Like, why are you playing games? Is it that you want to be friends with this person, or you don't want to be friends? It's just simple and straightforward.
Yeah. But here's what I think. Like, if there's one thing you've heard a lot in this conversation, is vulnerability.
Yeah. You
need to be friends with people you can be vulnerable with. But the dynamics is even then different now with the opposite sex, because when you're now vulnerable with them, one thing might lead to the other, and a romantic relationship might form in the process of you being vulnerable with the person. But if you want to have like a platonic relationship, there's nothing wrong with having friends, like male friends that are just platonic relationship, right? Boundaries. If you feel you are giving too much space, sit down and think about, what are my boundaries in this friendship? Don't call me at so time. Don't do this or don't do that. Well, this thing is not what I'm comfortable with. So if you feel you are giving too much space, what kind of space are you talking about? What kind of things are you allowing that you think is too much? Then set those boundaries and communicate it to the person. That's what I think. Number two, if someone cares a lot about you as a person, you already know you're pushing away the person with your attitude, then you need to fix it. Like, you need to think about, how am I pushing this person away? How can I maintain a healthy relationship with this person? And sometimes I also feel you probably need to think about experiences you've had in the past, because if you feel like, oh, I feel like he's going to take me for granted, I feel like he's going to, why do you have that feeling?
For granted.
Yeah, has something happened in the past? Has someone taken you for granted in the past? What led to it? Think about those things and think about how to apply, you know, some boundaries to this relationship so you don't feel you are taken for granted. And like we've said, friendships should be ones where you can just open up and be true to the person. If you feel the person's crossing certain boundaries that you have set or taking it for granted, you need to go to the person and say, look, I feel you're taking me for granted. That's what, like, you should be able to have that frank conversation to say, I feel you're taking me for granted and this is what you do.
Yeah,
and I don't
like it. Yeah, but this person, she hasn't said what the person has done wrong or anything. She's actually seems like she's the problem in the relationship.
She's just afraid of
so
receiving love.
She's afraid of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So that she doesn't end up being taken for granted.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to receive like care from your friends. Like, that's what friendship is about. Like, there should be people who care about you. And besides, like, if he doesn't even call you, you are always complaining that if he didn't call you, you take it up as a case. And then he calls you, you're giving your attitude like, girl.
She's not serious.
Just think about it. It's a genuine concern, and I mean, I appreciate that you shared discussion, but think about everything we've said and then apply it. Like, if you have a friend, don't be afraid to receive care from your friends, but especially like with male relationships, you need to know where to draw the boundaries. Even in romantic relationships, there are boundaries. Like, you have boundaries in romantic relationships.
There are boundaries, but in even relationships.
So like, all friendships have boundaries, and don't be afraid to set the boundaries, and don't be afraid to speak out when you think you've been taken for granted. So the final one is, when is it time to leave a friend and move on? Like, should you still stay when they've offended you? At what point do you say, look, this friendship is not working and we need to call it quits?
Me personally, I let go of a friendship when the interactions are more negative than positive. So for example, my friend is coming to visit me and I'm not looking forward to the visit. Or my friend calls me, I'm not looking forward to picking the call. Or let's even say my friend is coming to visit me and I'm looking forward to the visit, but after every time I hang out with that friend,
I just feel drained.
I feel bad. I feel drained. Every time I talk to the person, I feel like I'm doing too much. I feel drained. So if that's happening consistently, then I know that it's time to start ignoring the person out, to let the relationship go.
But that's how to know who your friends are, how to determine who you call your friends, what to look out for when you're choosing your friends, and you know, how to know when it's time to leave a relationship and whether or not to stay in a relationship when you are offended or not. Like, these tips that we've shared about friendships are really, really important. So please, as you make your goals for 2023 or any other thing in your life, just know that your friends are an essential part of your progress in life, of the places that you get to in life and the things that you do in life. And you need to reevaluate your friendships. You need to be careful when you're choosing your friends. There's no problem with someone being an acquaintance, but once you say this person is my friend, you better know that you're in for business and there's something connecting you both. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Do not forget to share it, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to hear all your friendship stories down in the comment section. Please do not forget to share with us, and I'll be there reading and responding to questions if you have them. All right, take care, see you, bye.